Hi, in this video we're going to talk about stickerless commingled inventory. So barcodes, FNSKU label codes, things like that. So a common question is Amazon says that my shipment or my items do not require barcodes. And that's not the case. Amazon actually does say that every single item has to have a barcode, whether it's a UPC code or whether it's their own barcode, which is called an FNSKU barcode, commonly also known as an Amazon item label. So let's talk about that briefly. So up here, we're just going to search for stickerless commingled inventory, and actually that's not really going to do us too much. So we're going to search this in Google, and it should be the top one. Amazon help stickerless commingled inventory. And there may be how to avoid fraud with commingling on Amazon. You know, there's really some what is stickerless commingled inventory. So there's another video there. To find out more information, you can delve in and get some good information. But let's just go here. And if you come down here, it should say solving problems, common errors, barcode label missing. Your barcode did not have a physical barcode or associates to scan. They had to label it. Here's units are mislabeled, barcodes cannot be scanned. So anytime there's a barcode that cannot be scanned, or it's mislabeled, or it's just missing, Amazon's going to put a barcode on there. And then they're going to charge you 20 cents per label to put that on there the first time. And the second time it happens, it's going to be 40 cents a label, and after that, they could end up just shutting your account down. So you really want to avoid all that. So here's the technical requirements for stickerless commingled inventory. It's basically only non-media products that you can get away with not sending in having the FNSKU label. You cannot send in books, videos, things like that without labels. Everything, all media have to be labeled. The condition of the product must be new. And each item either must have a UPC, a EAN, or a barcode form for our fulfillment centers to scan when they receive the product. So they're saying that basically what this is saying is that in order for it to be stickerless commingled inventory, it still has to have a barcode. It just doesn't have to have Amazon's FNSKU barcode on it. So it still either must have a UPC, an EAN, or a single ASIN. If it applies to more than one ASIN, you will still need to have a label the product. So even if it could be previously sent as stickerless. In order to prevent delays in processing your inventory, certain other products may not be eligible for stickerless commingled inventory. Barcodes must be easily scannable. That's the one thing that we do here at FBA Inspection, is we have barcode scanners, and we'll scan your barcodes. We'll scan half a dozen of them or so, just randomly, just verify that they are indeed scanning. If we find a problem, obviously we'll contact you as we're looking through your items. Even though most of them are scannable and they come up good, sometimes we'll find some barcodes that we think don't scan properly, and then we'll test those, and if they scan, great. If they don't, then we can replace those for you at your option. A product must not have an expiration date. So if it has an expiration date, it must have an FNSKU label. So in essence, it still has to have a barcode no matter what. If it says you do not have to have a barcode, that means you don't have to have an FNSKU barcode, but you still have to have an EAN or an ASIN or UPC something. It still has to be able to scan. They have to know what's going on. So that's that. And so if you look through this and you want to choose stickerless commingled inventory, please make sure that your items still have a UPC code on there. Make sure that your items are new, that they're not media, that they don't have expiration dates, all the things. And then you're still going to have to go into your seller account, and you're still gonna have to go into your seller account and change those settings. So yeah. So anyways, you gotta go. Hold on. Let me see if I can. So within your seller account, if you come up here to the right hand corner, you're going to find settings. You're going to click on settings, and if you go all the way down to fulfillment by Amazon and click on fulfillment by Amazon, you're going to come up to this page right here. It's fulfillment by Amazon settings. This first setting right here, I'll just kind of briefly go over just a couple of these settings. The one I want to get to is stickerless commingled, but this first one is labeling. So if you don't want FBA inspection to do your labeling, so you want Amazon to do your labeling, or you want FBA inspection to do your labeling, if you want us to do your labeling, this has to be disabled, because whether you choose labeling or not, if this is choose to enable, you're going to be paying us to label, and then Amazon is going to put another label over top of our label, and then they're going to also charge you. So make sure that this MWS label service is set to disabled. Inventory placement option, you definitely want to put this on distributed inventory placement. That way they kind of send it out everywhere. This, I believe, is 30 cents. Let's see if it says what they charge here. Oh yeah, so if your units are 1 pound or less, it's 30 cents. If it's 1 to 2 pounds, it's 40 cents. If it's over 2 pounds, it's 40 cents plus 10 cents per pound above the first 2 pounds. And then it's oversized per unit. So if you're oversized, they're going to charge you $1.30. And what that means is that Amazon will ship it. So if you're sending us arbitrage, or your supplier just sends you, say you order 500 units, you want 200 red widgets and 300 yellow widgets, and Amazon or your supplier mixes them all together, and you can choose just to say, okay, I want to pay Amazon 30 cents. You guys don't worry about sorting it out or anything. Just make sure that there's 100 in each box, or it really doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't really matter how many. Amazon's going to tell you how many they want, and to each shipment, and then we'll separate it into boxes, and we'll give you weights and dimensions for each shipment at that point. The cost for that is Amazon's going to charge you 30 cents per item. Now, if we sort it, we're only going to charge you, we'll charge you a less amount. Currently, it's a lot less. So we're only going to charge you just a small amount per piece, and then we're going to sort it out for you. Once we sort it out, then we'll say, okay, there's 100 red widgets here and 100 red widgets in this box. And then we have 3 boxes, 100 each of yellow widgets. And then you're going to be able to go in, you're going to be able to create 2 shipping plans, 300 yellow widgets, 100 per case, 3 cases, and then 200 red widgets, 100 per case. And then they get distributed as case mount items. It makes our job easier. It saves you money, but there is an additional fee for doing that. So these are all just standard settings. You should kind of go in, automated long-term storage removals, return all units eligible for long-term storage fee. Now this is a huge setting, so if you don't want to get hit with mass amounts of storage fees, anything that is scheduled for a long-term storage fee is going to get you there. But let's get back down to stickerless commingled inventory. So I have it set to disabled. Obviously, it's because that's my point of view. I've been doing this for a long time. I believe the best way to do that is to have an FNSKU label printed on there that identifies that item to you. It doesn't eliminate fraud, but it helps protect you from fraud. So it just, I have this set to disabled, and a lot of customers, they actually print their FNSKU labels right on their products rather than a UPC code, you know, if they're selling exclusively with Amazon. So these are some other things. So anyways, that's it for FNSKU, barcode labels, stickerless commingled inventory. So, okay, thanks.